Welcome back to Pulse Canada. Today, we're breaking down one of the biggest stories going on right now: mass protests in Iran that have drawn millions into the streets. What started as economic frustration has transformed into a powerful nationwide movement, and the stakes are high. This is Iran Protests Explained: Why Millions Are in the Streets, 2026. These protests began on December 28, 2025, originally triggered by a deep economic crisis. The Iranian economy is struggling with record-high inflation, food prices soaring, and the national currency losing massive value, leaving ordinary people struggling to afford basic necessities. Shopkeepers in Tehran's historic Grand Bazaar first closed their shops and marched. Then the movement quickly spread to students, workers, families, and people across all 31 provinces. While the protests started over economic hardship, they have grown into broader political dissent. Demonstrators are not only calling for better living conditions, they're chanting for political reforms, an end to corruption, and in some places even a change of government. Slogans like "Death to the Dictator" and calls to challenge the authority of Iran's supreme leader reflect how deep the frustration runs, especially among young people and students. The Iranian government has been harsh. Security forces have used live ammunition and heavy force against protesters, and thousands have been detained. To make it even harder for demonstrators to coordinate and share information, authorities imposed a near-total internet and communications blackout, cutting many Iranians off from the outside world. Human rights groups say the crackdown has already resulted in hundreds of deaths and tens of thousands of arrests, though exact numbers are hard to verify because of the communications blackout. These protests are being called the largest in Iran in years, possibly the biggest since the 2022-23 movement after the death of Mahsa Amini. They show deep public dissatisfaction not just with prices and poverty, but with long-standing political and social restrictions. The situation has also drawn global attention, with protests supporting Iranians taking place in cities around the world. The future in Iran is uncertain. Will these protests force real change, or will the government tighten its grip? We'll keep tracking this story and bring you updates. If you found this explainer helpful, like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next updates.